Hello everyone and welcome to the preview for the upcoming game in the FA Cup against Liverpool, where we will be drinking Klopp's tears and ruining his leaving party. I think we're all in agreement with that. Maybe not. I'm thrilled to be joined by Adam, Sam and Shreyas for this blockbuster tie. Lads, just give us a brief summary of how you're feeling going into this one, because I feel like the overarching feeling, again to use the word for the third time, isn't as bad as the one when we travelled to Anfield. But again, this is all about kind of the general consensus. So Adam, you've not been on for a while. I'll go to you first. Talk to me about this game. How are you feeling?
Well, it's at half three, 3:15 on Sunday, on St. Patrick's Day. So I'm hoping that I don't feel anything by then. But I know, hopefully I'll be feeling good. I strangely feel a bit of confidence. I know like our form has been a little shaky recently after a decent run. But we have a lot of the, I suppose, squad players back now as well. A bit of strength. Hopefully our bench won't be made up of all academy players like it has been quite recently. So we'll have options from the bench as well. They have been hit with a few injuries, but they have a few coming back now. Like Salah's the big one that's back. And I was watching him there on Thursday night and he put up a man-of-the-match performance he did.
How bad is it?
So, yeah. And then you're thinking our weak position right now is left back. Because what's going to happen there? What's the story there? So he could have one of those days, but equally he could have a day like he had the last time we met them out at Anfield, and he might be quiet. So I'm hoping it's one of them days. But I have a strange sense of confidence. I think the fans will be behind it because it's really nearly all we have left this season to kick on, and hopefully we can get to the final and win it.
Yeah, that's the one, mate. Shreyas, you ready to go to war with the army cap? Are you ready for this battle on Sunday? I was going to say Saturday then. On Sunday, sorry.
Yeah. To be very honest, I really don't know what to expect, because the last time when we were going to Anfield, everyone thought that, this is going to be a hands-down Liverpool win. Mm-hmm. And I think every single time that we've met Liverpool, and there's been even a, slightest bit of confidence that, it won't go as bad. It's always been the case that it's gone very, very bad.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
So, I really don't know how the team will be setting up, how Ten Hag will be looking at it, but all I just want to see is that, we stay in the fight and we stay in, just see a match that is a bit entertaining, and, it's not like one team is completely over-dominating the other team.
Yeah, for sure. Sam, would you echo what the lads have said, or do you have a slightly cynical point on this?
I don't know what you mean. I don't like that you didn't get the mustache memo, like we all turned up.
Is that me?
Yeah.
I think the post on Twitter and the comments on the thing would kind of solidify why I don't have that mustache anymore, mate.
Yeah.
So let's just leave it at that.
A little bit disappointed, but anyway. Yeah, it could go, like, if we try and play out or try and play with any sort of transitional style, we're getting dicked. Otherwise, it's going to be the backs to the wall performance that you saw against in Anfield. It's one of the two. So, yeah, pick your poison. Do you want to be absolutely terrified, or do you just want to be on edge and nervous? Take your pick.
Yeah, that's the one. And look, there's no other place to start at than when we're talking about Man United and the players. You've already kind of touched on it a little bit there, but with Højlund coming back in the team, so no Rashford as a 9, we're kind of hoping Mason Mount be available from the bench, even Wan-Bissaka potentially moving in and moving Dalot to left instead of having Lindelof there. Players like that could be the actual difference between getting a result, couldn't they?
Exactly, especially when you looked at the form Højlund was in before his injury, and it probably came at an awful time for us because I think over those 2 games, was it Fulham and City, we could have really done with him there. We saw Rashford, score an absolute banger. I know he scored in the last game there as well, from the penalty spot, but he hasn't offered much down the middle. When you put him out on the left, he offers a lot more, especially now. You'd be looking to put him on the left against Trent, because Trent does like to get forward. Trent's available, isn't he?
No.
Yeah.
Trent's out.
Oh, is he not available? Okay, yeah, that's all the better. I forget the name of the young fella they have playing. Bradley, that's his name, yeah. So you have a player who's not necessarily going to be, he doesn't have much experience. He has come in and played well, don't get me wrong. But up against somebody like Rashford, who should be nearly licking his lips looking at that, honestly, that should be the case. Højlund, I actually can't see him scoring. I can see him getting a goal on Sunday. Wan-Bissaka coming back, will he be ready for 90 minutes? I don't know. That's a massive boost because at least we actually have fullbacks playing in the fullback position for the first time in what feels like an eternity.
Still no left back.
No, still not a natural one. But the only thing is, Dallo can't play there. He played there for large parts. I know for us previously in the past, but I think at a spell at AC Milan, he was nearly constantly played.
Did a job against Saka as well when we played Arsenal at the start of the season. Really good job on him. So you can do it.
So you're looking at that up against somebody, Salah, and Salah's in decent form coming back from his injury. So he is to be on it on Sunday. You're looking at Mason Mount then. Maybe it's good to have a bit of competition for Bruno, who hasn't necessarily set the world alight recently. I know he has a goal here or there, but he hasn't really been that player who we know he is capable of, but a lot of the squad haven't been that way. But it's always good to have, I suppose, I wouldn't call it new faces, like old faces, but fresh faces, I suppose, who can actually offer a bit of competition because options. Exactly. We haven't had options in ages. It's like going to a restaurant and there's a set menu of, I suppose, one starter, one main and one dessert. At least you actually have options then in something else. But I think it's just because of the options now, I'm a little bit more confident than I was maybe last week, knowing that some of these players are back. So we actually have that option off the bench if we actually need it. Mason Mount, I think, returning could be a godsend going into the season because I know he can play out in the wing as well. So there is a bit of an option there. But with those players coming back, I can see the squad improving. Maybe we needed that right now to kind of kick on towards the end of the season. There's about a month left, maybe 2 months, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need them now more than ever.
Well, obviously the manager's going to be happy with this, Shreyas. His neck on the line for you if we go out to Liverpool tomorrow in a bad fashion. Should he walk?
I genuinely think that no matter what happens, he'll be here till the end of the season.
In your opinion, though, forget. Do you think? I know you said it'll be at the end of the season, but should he go? In your opinion, if we do get smashed by Liverpool and go out?
I don't think so, because the thing is, will another manager coming in actually be able to do something with this team? Actually be able to do anything better with this team? At least, with the manager that we've got right now, we know that, he knows the resources at his disposal right now and what he can do and what he cannot do with it. Another manager coming in, he'll first have to assess the squad. Even no matter who comes in, they'll have to look at the players. That it'll take some time to get things right. And it's always a 50-50 chance with, getting a new manager, when the, season is just about to end. It's a 50-50 chance. Maybe it goes very well, but if it goes wrong, it can go very, very wrong. Yeah. So I just think that personally, I would say, I think he's, even if we do go out, against Liverpool, I think he'd still be here. And I think what one thing would, a lot of fans would be looking at is the way we play against Liverpool. Because I think even if we lose, but at least, we make it a fight, opinions change. And with Ten Hag, opinions have changed quite a lot in the past few months. We had a spell of, 4 to 5 wins. People once again started moving in another direction when it came to the manager. Then we lost against Fulham. Once again, people started to move again, in another direction. So I think even up until now, to the end of the season, we've got some big games. We got a game against Liverpool again as well in the league. You've also got Arsenal. So there are a lot of chances for Ten Hag right now. But how we fare up in those opportunities, that's going to be something that defines his future at United.
Yeah, well, for anyone watching live or watching later on, whatever it is you're doing, do leave your comments in and let us know how you feel about this game going into it, how you feel about the manager. If we were to lose this and drop out of the FA Cup, would that be kind of the final straw for yourselves? Do let us know in the comments. Sam, when you watch Liverpool, they've been extremely strong. I'm going to talk a bit more about them in depth in about five minutes' time. But where can we hurt them, do you think? When you watch them, where it's like, yeah, we can get at them there, or if we play a certain player in this position, where can we hurt them?
They concede goals, man. We've seen it. Luton scored against them. Sheffield, I think, scored a goal against them. They concede a lot of goals. They're not solid at the back as they were back in the day. When they won the title, Van Dijk being there, I think was it Matip who was playing alongside him that with the weird combination, or was
Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip, Trent was like the back four, I think.
The Alisson and stuff. So and that's what got him over the line with the title, because going forward they were phenomenal and they always have been.
Yeah.
But then they managed to like seal up that back just to make sure no more goals were getting in, because that was always an issue for Klopp. He was playing with a swashbuckling style, but then on the transition concede goals. And their defence has been a little bit all over the place because they've had a lot of injuries, as we have. So you've had the likes of like Kwanzaa coming in, you got Bradley coming in, Van Dijk's been ever present, but even now Alisson's out. You got Kelleher coming in. You've had Gomez played centre back. Loads of different. So you've had like people in and out of the team. So they have conceded, and I still think that midfield isn't as good as it could be, because obviously they went for Bellingham, didn't get him. Went for Casido, didn't get him. Lavia, didn't get him. Loads of different players, didn't get him. And they've settled on Endo, who seems like a capable player, seems decent, but it's a definite stopgap because I think he's 31, so he's not the long-term option. McAllister's played there before, but he's not really a 6. He's more of an 8/10. So there is room to getting in there. The problem is with Liverpool, and it's like our antithesis, because on the transition we are extremely vulnerable, like defensively, and their attack is unbelievable. Jota, Darwin Núñez, like Salah, like the list goes on and on and on. Like, it's just insane how much firepower they have, and we've looked extremely weak when we get like sort of counted on or on the transition when we lose possession. So that's obviously going to be our issue. But going forward, I think we can hurt them, especially if Garnacho's on his form, Højlund's in the team, Bruno decides to start showing up. Rashford, I've kind of given up on, so if he shows up, great. If not, I don't really care. And then if you get like some Mason Mount who are coming back, hopefully he can have an impact on this team, because I'm still waiting to see what it is that Ten Hag bought him for. Obviously he's been hit by injuries, which isn't his fault, but still need to see something from him. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think they can be hurt. It's just keeping them out is where I think we're going to struggle. But we can hurt them. But yeah, defensively and on the transition, I don't trust us not to concede. And Liverpool always score. They always fucking score. So that's going to be the issue for me, I think.
Yeah, we're going to get on to Liverpool in a moment. Just want to read out a couple of quick stats for you there. Liverpool lost their last FA Cup encounter with Man United 3-2 in January 2021. Overall, they have been eliminated from the competition by United 10 times, more than they have against any other opponent. Bruno Fernandes has been involved in 6 goals in his past 6 FA Cup appearances for United, scoring 5 and assisting 1. So there's a couple of positive stats there for you, for anyone who's into them kind of things. You mentioned Liverpool. Obviously, they're flying right now, overachieved in their performance against Man City, in my personal opinion. I thought they did really, really well considering the options that they had. They've only lost to Arsenal and Spurs this season. That's it, which were both games away from home. And I think there was a couple of European games where they lost away against Toulouse, and I can't remember who the other one was. They've now got players back like Szoboszlai, Salah, Núñez, McAllister, Diaz, all these guys, which obviously always helps when you're trying to win a game. Adam, with Klopp announcing this kind of departure, do you think it's given that extra bit of, I don't know what the word is, but just a bit between the teeth? Yeah, a bit of fire. It does seem like that, doesn't it? And just before you get to your point as well, sorry, my camera might die. So if it does, just continue, and I've got a backup. Yeah, so don't be thinking. I'm just going to be real with you. So yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I think with Klopp announcing that he is departing at the end of the season, thank God, may I say. Hopefully they'll go through a bit of a rough period after that. It's kind of given those players a bit of a boost, because I know it wasn't long since he announced it there. It was only a while ago. It's not like a case he announced it at the start of the season.
Was it start of the year?
Yeah.
Or it's December?
Yeah. Apparently he told Liverpool though in September, I think.
Okay.
He told them, but nobody else knew until the new year, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that just goes to show how well things are kept quiet there, because if that was with us, I can guarantee it'd be out in the first day.
Yeah, you get it in your fucking post, mate, at United.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it has given them that fire, and it is scary because obviously they're in the Europa League. They can push on, win that. I think they are the favourites, for being realistic. in the league, they have that in them as well to grind these results out and push on to win the league, and we don't want to see that. And alongside that, then they're in the FA Cup, and they're going to want to win everything. Do you remember that season? I think they got to, was it every final they got to at that point? Yeah. They have that in them as well, and they could easily do that again this season, push on to the end. Did they win anything that year? I don't think they did they? They got to most of the finals.
Did they win? Two league cups they won, I think.
Okay, so a little bit irrelevant that. But we don't want them, pushing that gap, because there is a bit of a trophy kind of thing now. I think we could be even 44 apiece, if I'm not mistaken, or around that number anyway. So I don't like the idea of them passing us out like that, and especially on the league, because the league titles is the one thing that we have over everybody else in England, and they would even that. So it's not really a good look, that, and it has given them that fire, that departure. And he'll want to go out on such a high because he has been a success at Liverpool. He's pushed Pep Guardiola right to the end of many seasons, even though it's looking like a farmers' league at times. So they'll want that, he'll want that, and that's what we have to worry, because he's going to want to win the whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the camera situation obviously came to pass, literally just as I said it. But yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Adam made some fantastic points. I also think, Shreyas, with Liverpool, there's always areas of concern, even if it's like late in the game, even if we're 1-0 up or 2-0 up. They have that habit this year of just like coming back, don't they, in the last 10 minutes. They're proper fucking nuisances for it. So what do you think in regards to that? What should we pay attention to the most? What should be detailed, whether it's tactically or individual kind of assessment for Sunday?
I think make the most of the chances you get, because a team like Liverpool, even at Anfield, we were able to see on the counter, they are, teams that you can get. It is a sort of team, where you can actually hurt them. In that game, we didn't have, the creativity to actually do much in that game. But even then, Garnacho and Højlund got some decent opportunities during the end of that game. So I think in this game as well, if we are able to, keep our shape, if we are able to keep Liverpool at bay and, then make the most of the opportunities that we get rather than squandering the chances that we get, I think we can genuinely give them a good fight. But if it happens, the way it happened against City, that, players not being able to take good first touches, passes, not even a single pass going in the direction that in which it is intended to go to, then we know how it will go, how this game will actually be proceeding. Because one thing is, Liverpool are not a team which where you will expect to keep a clean sheet. Like, even if we go like a couple of goals ahead, they always have that in them, that they can claw their way back into the game. So genuinely, we need to be clinical when it comes to our chances.
100%, and Rasmus Højlund will certainly help with that if he is available. We're going to get into the predicted lines up very, very shortly. Sam, when we compare the two clubs, just the last thing on Liverpool, because I don't want to turn it into the Liverpool, YouTube channel. When you compare them both together, what have Liverpool done correctly under Klopp that we have neglected, would you say?
You might just check your mic for a second. I think your mic switched over to your camera.
Right, okay. Have I got a B-Tech mic situation going on here? Give me a moment and I'll switch it up. But yeah, talk to me.
Yeah, I think they've done everything that we wanted to do. They got a head of recruitment in, they got a technical director, they got a manager who's got a distinct style of play and backed him to the hilt despite having falls at the first couple of seasons where it didn't work out, didn't win anything, finished at sort of lower positions in the league. And then they also didn't go out and buy stupid players for ridiculous money. I know they bought Van Dijk for like 70 odd million. I think Alisson was the highest priced goalkeeper it is. But they weren't buying players that didn't fit the system or didn't fit what Klopp was trying to do or didn't want to play for the club and stuff like that. And they did it all the way that you're supposed to do it. Whereas we have gone out with a bunch of bankers, and I wish that you could interchange that letter for W if you want as well. To go out and buy social media stars who are going to sell shirts and get clicks and get engagement, like likes of Jadon Sancho, likes of Edison Cavani, Ronaldo, etc. And it's like, it's all good on paper, they look good, but do they fit the style? Do they fit the team? Are they going to benefit in the long run? Can we resellability? All that sort of stuff. None of that, and no football people, no recruitment. manager changes from left to right, leaning from one style to the other, different. Like, it's just no consistency and no sort of plan and no sort of forethought into how the club is going to be run. Liverpool have done that. They've upgraded the stadium over time, slowly but surely, each stand of thing. They've got one of the best training grounds in the world at Melwood and upgraded that to the point where it's like thing. He's had 9 years to work with the youth system and develop them into the style he wants to play. So now, even when they've got injuries, they come straight into the team, know exactly what they're doing, and it works, and there's no drop-off whatsoever. We haven't had that. We've had different managers, some who would like the youth players, some who don't want to use them. In Jose, for example, some who wanted to play a pragmatic style, some who wanted to play an attacking style. Like, it's just all not joined up thinking. Liverpool have done every single one of them, and they've done it with style as well. Like, you can say what you want. Pep is very successful and he's a fantastic manager, but his style is fucking boring, isn't it? Like, at times you watch City play, you're just like, Jesus Christ, this is boring.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine trying to play against it though.
Oh,
like,
fucking
if
hell.
you was a player in the midfield, you're just fucking like, can't
give
be
up.
arsed.
Just fucking give up. At least with Liverpool, it's exciting to watch. Like, you enjoy watching their games.
True. That's true.
Yeah. So even when there was sort of slip ups or little things, at least the crowd were entertained and you could see this thing. We've not had any of that. It's just been like, under Louis van Gaal, what was it Jay was saying? He didn't see a goal at his end where he sits for like 4 months. Like, as that, and then
that 0-0 halftime record, honestly, was insane.
Hell.
It's nuts, wasn't it?
And then you go to Jose Mourinho, who's a pragmatic, part of the bus 1-0 specialist, and that's all he's going to do. And you go to Ollie, who's counter attack football, like FC. That's exactly what he does. So it's just like, the fans have just been run through the ringer. So I just think, I think we're starting to build that around the top of the club now. You've got Omar Barada coming, Dan Ashworth. You're starting to build that. So whether it is Ten Hag or not, or whether they go with another long-term manager, that's what we need to start doing. And I think this is the perfect opportunity now. Klopp's leaving. I don't think Pep stays here for another 5-6 years. I can't see him staying that long.
Fucking hope not.
Yeah,
Fucking
I mean,
hope not.
if he is, then buckle up because
We're
hell.
fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is a perfect opportunity. You might see more clubs. Obviously, you've got more competition now with the likes of Villa, likes of Brighton, likes of Newcastle, etc., Arsenal. So it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of years what happens. But yeah, Liverpool have done pretty much everything right. And the only reason they've not got multiple titles is because of that blue half shite across the Manchester. That's the only reason they don't have it. Because if Pep wasn't here, Liverpool would probably had about 4 or 5 titles at this point. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Either way, it's like that Gary Neville said, isn't it? Like, it's like asking someone to kind of kiss your missus, let's say, for a better word.
Shag your wife.
It's just not good. Whether it's City, well, Sam said that. Whether it's City or Liverpool, we're not in a good situation, are we? But this is the FA Cup. It's it's a cup tie. It's different. I feel like we're in different stages. Maybe not after the game. Ask me when I'm walking home from Old Trafford, and I might have a fucking face on me. But I suppose we'll see then. Right, what we're gonna do is we usually do quick fires on previews, but I want to switch it up. And we've done this before. We tried it once before. Didn't really go too well, but we're gonna do it again. So I don't know if Sam and Treyas have done it, but Adam, have you heard of the thing they've done on Sky Sports called Lies? Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
So basically, I'm gonna name one thing. Let's say, for example, I don't know, name a brands of chocolate. Yeah. And you start off from the bottom. So Sam will go, I can name 2. Shreyas will go, I can name 3. You go, I can name 5. And then they'll go, lying. And then you'll have to name 5 within 60
I know
seconds.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, how many FA Cup winners can you name?
Adam's
Players
not going to do
clubs?
well. Adam's not going to do well because last time he got 1 player in this game.
Oh shit, yeah. Hummels.
He got 1 player.
Yeah.
And
so
I said it so confidently too.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Listen, water off a duck. Let's fucking do it, mate. Go for it. Hummels, strong start. And then 40 seconds of just
nothing for 59 seconds.
Staring into a base, just like, oh God, I can't think. Oh shit. Right, give us a number. Someone give me a figure to start off with. FA Cup winners.
As in clubs or players?
Yeah, so clubs that have won. Yeah, clubs that have won the FA Cup. How many do you think you can name?
6.
Oh, strong start.
I don't think I was gonna say 5, so I don't know if I could do 6.
Shreyas, can you beat that?
I was also going to say 6.
Okay. Anyone want to go 7?
No, I ain't got 7 in me.
I'll go 7.
Okay,
there
go.
you go.
Okay.
So United, City, Liverpool, Then you've got Arsenal, Chelsea, Wigan, and Everton.
Everton are in there a long time ago, but Everton are in
Okay.
there. I think that was more like the 80s, I think, when Everton won it. But yeah, could have had Leicester as well. Leicester won it in 2021.
Yeah.
shit,
Portsmouth are in there as well.
Portsmouth was on my head. I had Portsmouth in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portsmouth are in there. You said Chelsea, didn't you? I think,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much. Spurs won it, believe it or not.
When?
Spurs.
When the fuck did Spurs win it?
This was like, I'm talking ages. You're going back to the days when Coventry and Wimbledon and West
Right,
Ham and
okay.
Ipswich
I was
and
gonna
these
say,
kind of
so
teams
not,
won it.
not in like the 90s
Yeah.
or the 2000s.
I mean, I'm
That's
sure Spurs fans would tell you, like, we've won an FA Cup, mate. And you're like, I bet you can't tell me the
When?
fucking year it was, because it was about
When?
40 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, so did all right on that one. How many Liverpool managers can you name? Give us a figure to start off with. Small one.
3.
6.
Okay.
Ah,
You beat 6?
I'll try 7, but I don't know if I've got it.
Oh,
I don't know if I
got
could
it,
do
7.
I don't know if I could do it, but I'll have a go.
Okay. Have a try. Go.
Hodgson, Klopp, Dalglish. Can I have Dalglish twice, or does he only get because he was there? No.
No.
Julia, Rafa Benitez. What's their most famous? Bill Shankly.
Yeah. One more. You're missing a big one.
Am I missing a big one?
Big one.
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks.
Well, big one. I'll give you a clue if you can't get it in the next 10 seconds, because
Go on.
you should get this. You hate him.
Brendan Rodgers. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Brendan Rodgers, 7. I knew as soon as I say that, you'd be able
Yeah.
to get it. Right, last one. How many players can you name who have scored in an FA Cup final for us? This will be a hard
For
one.
United?
'cause- Yeah, for United.
Okay.
How
Interesting.
many?
I think.
I don't know if I can name that many. I'll let somebody else go first, and I'll see if how big the number is.
I can give you a different one if that's a little bit too tough.
Just
I have
FA
two
Cup,
that are just standing out.
FA Cup final goal scorers.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Correct.
And you only remember the ones we won. The ones we lost. you
Of
can't
course you
remember.
do. Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
There's one big iconic one I know. I think we all have that in our head. Who else?
I'll say
Okay.
5. I'll say 5, but I don't know. I don't know if I've.
Shreyas,
I'll
give me a
go-
number.
2.
2. Okay. Adam?
I would have went 4.
4.
You absolutely.
Okay. Sam, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy's in there, yeah.
Mark Hughes.
Mark Hughes is in there, yeah.
Get in. Cantona must be. Jay was talking about it the other day.
Yeah, Cantona,
It's
94.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Rooney.
Waz is in there, yeah.
Yeah.
2007, 2016.
Lingard was semi-final, right? It's not final.
No, Lingard was
that
against
final?
Palace in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in.
Under
There you
Van
go.
Gaal.
You got it.
That's 5.
Well done.
Yeah. Is that 5? I thought that was 4. Rude, Wayne, Cantona, Jessa, did you say?
Did I not say one
I'm
more
missing
name?
one.
Hughes.
Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. My bad. Yeah. And of course, you could have said Bruno as well from that defeat
Yeah.
last year against Man City. The penalty that
yeah.
he scored. Michael Carrick scored one as well. Absolute boomer. So, yeah, did all right on that one. Right, we're going to dive into the predicted 11s now if we're ready, Sam, to dip into it. Yeah. Who
Got it.
is going first? Let me know.
Mr. India himself, sure is.
Yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I've gone with Onana in net, Dallo, and I think Wan-Bissaka. I hope that he comes back because we need a natural fullback actually playing in that position. So Dallo and Wan-Bissaka as fullbacks. Then I've gone with Varane and Evans because I know Maguire is coming back from injury, but I think the last time when we played Liverpool, Varane and Evans were the starting centre backs for us, and they did quite decent in that game. So maybe Ten Hag, sticks with Varane and Evans. They formed a good partnership as well over the past few fixtures. Then I've gone with Menu, Casemiro, and Bruno in midfield, and Rashford and Højlund and Garnacho as the front three.
Nice. I like that. Who's next up, Sam?
Nick.
The team I want, let me premise this way, the team I want to play, probably not the team that's going to play. Onana, Dalot, Varane, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, obviously Wan-Bissaka at right back, not at left back. Casemiro, Menu, Bruno, and then, did I say Garnacho, Højlund, and Rashford, I think it was.
Yep.
I want to see him out as well, though, just as like an extra kind of thing to put out there. I want to see him play.
And me, I've gone very different. So I've got Onana, Evans, Randallo, Wan-Bissaka, because I think that's probably the best defence we can get. I'm not sure about Maguire's fitness. Like, I'm not sure.
Johnny Evans.
I won't be surprised. Like, he could well play instead of Evans, but
yeah.
Because the midfield, I think it's going to be Menu, Casemiro, McTominay. I think McTominay is going to be in there. I think that's just what it's against Liverpool, and he's a passion merchant. Yeah. So I think he's going to play. He's going to stick Bruno out on the right because I don't think Højlund is 100% yet. I think you'll see him off the bench. So Bruno on the right, Garnacho on the left, Rashford up front. I think that's how it's going to go. I don't see
just
Højlund.
To clarify, is that what you want? Or is
no,
that
absolutely not. Absolutely. This is what I think Ten Hag will do, because I don't think Højlund's 100% fit. I don't think Maguire's 100% fit. I think Wan-Bissaka will start. However, I don't think he lasts 90 minutes. He'll probably come off for Lindelof at some point, and Dalot will switch over. We'll probably see Mason Mount off the bench at some point, I think, as well. So, yeah, that's what I think Ten Hag will do. I don't want this team, by the way. I just think that's what he'll do.
None of us do. Don't worry about it. Adam, you're up next.
Yeah, I've gone quite similar to you, but I think it's one big change in that. Onana in net. I've gone with Willie Kambawala at right back.
Big Willie at right back, I think he said in the chat, didn't you?
Yeah, Big Willie.
Willie at right back.
I don't think Wan-Bissaka's ready for 90 minutes, and you're throwing him into the fray right there against Liverpool as well.
It's Big Willie.
So we need Big Willie to, I suppose, swing that slong around. Hopefully not.
Never a dull day, Adam.
Luke Shaw's not playing, so he's had to find somebody else to admire, hasn't he?
Oh.
I've gone for the other side, the other fullback, but obviously not a natural fullback. I've gone with him at right back. I don't think Wan-Bissaka could be ready for 90 minutes. I could see him coming on though, maybe like second half, something like that.
Nick's trying.
I don't know if he'll be able to last 90 minutes. I was just thinking, come on. You're setting me up there for him. We can never ever get through any of your lineups, Adam. Anytime we try and do it, it's just a struggle.
Also, when Adam talks about lineups, every single time I just go, he's going to start with a striker. That's all just I expect. Even though he's only ever done it once, I just expect him to go, Rashford. Yeah, so I'm starting with Højlund up top. You're like, what? What's happening?
Fair enough. You don't need to fit in when you're custom made, Adam. That's what they say.
Exactly. Be yourself. I've got Maguire, Varane, centre half, Dalot at left back. I think he played at left back against Liverpool at Anfield. I could be wrong. Did he though? I think he done a job on
Malacia, the one. Oh no, that was at Old Trafford, wasn't it?
Malacia ain't been available all season, mate. He's not been there.
No, I'm on about last season at Old Trafford. Malacia did a decent job on. I've blocked
that out of my memory completely.
Yeah.
So I've gone Dalot left back, midfield of Casemiro, Menu, and Bruno, and then I've gone up front with Rashford, Højlund, and Garnacho. I think the wingers are going to be very important, probably our most important players. Going forward now, I think we'll be sitting back for a large part of this game. We'll be pinned in our own box, so they're going to have to be rapid.
Yeah, I think subs are going to be very, very important in this game.
It's fucking really depressing, isn't it? Like, we're at Old Trafford and we're just sat back, just waiting to fucking Liverpool destroy us. Like, it's fucking depressing.
It is, but we've all watched United enough in detail to know what the crack is and what the situation is. So, yeah. Who wants to kick things off with score predictions then? Shreyas, you look like you're ready to say a 1-1 or a 2-1 to Liverpool, so I'll go to you first.
Yeah, I'll say 2-1 to Liverpool.
Out of the FA Cup to the Scousers at Old Trafford. Don't get much worse than that. In fact, it does get much worse than that, because if it's a dicking, if it's a 5-6-0 out of the FA Cup, that's when it's nah. Nah.
Nick, are you going to leave if it's like 4-0 at any point? Or
Yeah. Or I'll stay and I'll go near the tunnel and I'll personally fod slap every player that walks through that fucking tunnel if we lose 5-6-0. Anyway, yeah. Anyone else have any more positive?
No, nothing positive. I think 3-1 Liverpool personally.
Oh Jesus, man!
Sorry,
You're killing me.
Sorry,
you're killing me. Adam, come on.
I do feel a bit more positive. I do.
Yes.
Obviously, knockout cup competitions. It's a different game. It is, and I know they have a bigger allocation for fans too, which is going to help them. But I don't know. I can just feel us winning maybe 2-1. I can see. Okay, we'll go into the predicted scorers anyway. I know we will, but I think 2-1.
Go on, give me goal scorers now if you want. Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna go Højlund, and I have a sneaky feeling either Bruno or Garnacho.
Go on, Go on, shoot!
Every time. 2-1. I think Højlund would definitely score. I think we win as well. I don't know. I said it like right at the start of the preview to kind of come full circle, but I think we will win 2-1. I don't know what it is. Something about it. I can't even explain why. I have nothing to back it up. I feel like we'll win.
Form goes out the window on these sort of games. It does.
Yeah, I could also though feel extremely different if I see the lineup and it's Lindelof at left back and all that. Then I'll instantly change my mind. But if we can get a couple of players who are back, like Højlund, and then put Dalot at left back, I'll be a lot more positive. But it all depends on that.
What is it? Brian Casey said to me on Twitter because he put when we faced City, he said, "Oh yeah, 3-1 to United." I was like, "Based on what?" And he just went blind, ignorant optimism. Yep. That's kind of what he's going with. So I'm just like, I respect it, man. I respect it.
Yeah, for sure.
First 12 minutes were great.
Yeah,
I know. Oh God. Right, I'm going to leave it like this. So, just one last sentence you can say to the players. You're in the dressing room now. They're just about to go out for kickoff against Liverpool. You can hear the fans screaming from the crowd. What is one thing you would say to the players to try drill it into their heads? One thing I want from each one of you, if you can, please.
Pass like a professional footballer.
yeah, that'd help, wouldn't it? Yeah, I love that. Don't lose the fucking ball, Casemiro, you piece of shit. Yeah. That first half in the last game, oh my God, I wanted to murder him.
It went on for like about 12 minutes as well. He was just doing it continuously for 12 minutes. I was just like, I'm going to kill him.
Painful. Really
fucking
painful.
Kill him. Do you want to ruin the retirement of this horse-faced Scouse bastard? This is your opportunity.
Yes. That'd be my answer to that if I was playing that. Yes. If I was in the dressing room. Adam, magic words you'd say to the players.
McTominay sitting the bench. I know. I'd be probably saying something along the lines of, I know it's been underwhelming this season, but we still have this to fight for.
Yep.
You're professional footballers. There's 75,000 people out there who paid hard-earned money to watch you play, and they've been supporting you all season, cheering you on. Give them something to shout, especially against the bitter rivals. And just go into it. And if we beat Liverpool, I think we can win the competition.
Love that. I'm going to put some Interstellar music behind that and turn it into like one of the greatest.
A City out?
Charlie Chaplin quote.
A City out of the competition?
No, they're playing Newcastle.
No.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. I think, is it Chelsea, Leicester, Coventry or someone like that are still in it, I think. Yeah. And then City, Newcastle, us, and Liverpool. So still, even if you get through, it's like... Yeah.
Quarterfinal against City is not a fun prospect, is it?
Well, we'll worry about that when it gets to it anyway. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Please do smash a like. Is there any comments that we can reel off just before we head off? Don't want to abandon.
Brian Casey saying liking a new colour scheme. Appreciate it, Brian. Ents, is that Alex Entwistle?
I don't know if it's him or his brother.
Okay.
No idea.
He's put McTominay hat-trick. I mean, I don't know what the odds are on that, but fucking hell. That would be interesting. Put a poll in the chat. Will it be a battering or can we win? It's 50-50. There you go.
I'll take them odds.
Lucky Singh has put what team he wants. I can't translate it. I don't know what that squad is. Yeah.
Lucky Singh wants us to win. We'll say
that. He's benched Bruno, and he's benched Anthony. Yeah.
Anthony will be benched anyway. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, that's the comments. If you've got comments, please do leave comments on the page. It helps the algorithm and it helps people find us. So if you're watching this live, put it in the comments. Squad, score predictions, all that, please. It really does help us.
We've got an interesting weekend upon us. Obviously, the game on Sunday that we just literally discussed. We've got Alice Talks Footy on the channel. I think it's on Tuesday. We had Jay Motti on last night, which is always funny as fuck. So make sure you go check that out if you've missed it. Apart from that, you'll see us guys over the weekend doing content, etc. So smash the like on the video, drop us a follow on socials, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, people. Don't drink too much. See you in a bit. Adam.